Howdy readers, I'm Jason. This is Chapter and Verse, and this is my Shaketember 2022 announcement video. Now, if you're new to BookTube, you may be asking yourself, well, what is Shaketember? Sounds a little bit like September, a little bit like Shakespeare, so you'd be on the right track. Shaketember is a September-long reading event in which we focus on the works of William Shakespeare. It is co-hosted by myself, my friend Lukas, whose channel is A Cruel Reader's Thesis, and my friend Rainey from Rainy Day Reads. I chose a play, Lukas chose a play, Rainey chose a play. All three of us are going to be reading all three plays and doing a different one of the plays. The first weekend in September, so the weekend, I think it's of September 3rd. And then the second play, the weekend of September 10th. The third play, the weekend of September 17th. And then on the fourth weekend in September, the weekend of September 24th, I'm going to be doing two of his sonnets. Lukas is going to be doing two of his sonnets. And Rainey is going to be doing two of his sonnets. So, the schedule will be thus. The very first play that we're going to be doing, we're going in alphabetical order, is going to be All's Well That Ends Well. The second week in September, we are going to be reading Coriolanus, which was Lukas's choice. And the third week in September, we're going to be reading A Midsummer Night's Dream, which was Rainey's choice, and I think is one of Rainey's favorite Shakespeare plays. Maybe even her favorite Shakespeare play, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. I may be. But so the objective is to kind of get all of you kind of onto the Shakespeare train, as it were, right? Shakespeare is a writer whose work can be really intimidating, not least because of the way it's taught in high schools, which is badly on the whole. It was taught badly in my high school. It did nothing for my interest in Shakespeare. I think the teachers had good intentions, but they just, I don't know, teachers more often than not, especially if they're teaching teenagers, have no idea how to do this well. Do it in a way that kind of lights a fire inside their students. Shakespeare is challenging, right? There's no denying that. There's no getting around it. We can't pussyfoot our way around that. Shakespeare's tough, but like with most difficult things, most challenging things, once you crack that nut, it is immensely rewarding. More so than most books by most other writers throughout history. Shakespeare is just one of these writers who, when you figure it out, when you access it, when you get the key, man, like the worlds and the rooms it lets you into are just extraordinary. They're really breathtaking. There's a reason why his plays and poems are still being read and studied. People are still finding new things in them more than 400 years later. So what we're going to do is we're going to read those three plays, and we invite all of you watching to participate with us, to read those three plays with us, make videos of your own, or just kind of join in the comments sections on our videos, especially if you don't have channels of your own. But this might be a good way of kind of getting into starting your own channel if you've thought about doing that with a readathon like this. Or you can read Shakespeare plays of your own choice and make videos through the month of September on those plays or on those poems, right? Please join us for Shaketember in the month of September. I will put the schedule again down below in the description box. And and I will put links to my co-hosts' videos and to their channels. We're going to have at least a little bit of fun, hopefully a lot of fun. So please do consider taking part in the event with us. Now, before I leave you guys in this video, I wanted to show you my new little treasure. So this is a ceramic mug by a sculptor. I want to say his name is Trevor Foster. I will put a link to his website in the description box below as well. I just thought this was the most extraordinary work of ceramics, and it's a a usable drinking vessel, and so I am drinking Victorian London Fog tea, and I'm gonna call this little guy Yorick, of course. And I thought Shaketember would be a good place to kind of introduce him to all of you. I won't give him a voice or anything like that, but I just thought it was just exquisite. And one last thing I wanted to share with you is two more works of art. So there we have a ceramic mug. And the next two things I'm going to show you are watches. My brother has been designing and building wristwatches. And it's a really kind of wonderful, rare, extraordinary talent to have, especially in this day and age. And the first watch, he's built me two watches. And the first watch that he built me was inspired by A Christmas Carol, more specifically by the ghost of Christmas Present, the colors and such that we see in the book, and that we see in the illustrations, that we see in most film productions. But here is that watch. If you can see, it's that beautiful green. It's like the robe of the ghost of Christmas Present. And and even the numerals, the indices, I think is what he calls them. He tried to get numerals that looked as Victorian as he possibly could. So that's my Christmas Carol watch. And the second watch, which he gave me just today, he just finished this. This is a watch that he and I designed together. And he made a matching pair of them. So he has one and I have one. And this is a Cromwell watch, meant to look like the cover of Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel. I can't tell if that's blurry. Maybe that's better. Better angle. But the coolest thing about this beautiful watch is the number 4. I don't know if you can see it on there, but we looked for Tudor era clocks, and we found that the Roman numeral 4 that we know, which is what IV, was not in use then. I'm not sure when it came into use, but the Roman numeral 4 at that time, during the reign of Henry VIII, was just I. And so that's what he used on the face of this Cromwell watch. But I just love it. The Tudor Rose. It's so beautiful. But anyway, yeah, he has this talent. He has this gift for making watches. I think all the equipment that he has, and it's crazy because he's a really big guy, right? And this is really fine work. And he's got like the little goggles and lights and things that make his eyeball look all huge and stuff, and the little fine tools. But yeah, he's got a real talent for it. So anyway, I wanted to share those with you as well. Shaketember coming up next month. Mark your calendars. Figure out which plays you want to read, whether you want to join in with us or read choices of your own. But yeah, it's a good time. So I hope to see some of you joining in. I will talk to you guys again then, very soon. Adios.